All right, today we are going to learn some definitions from geometry, and these are going to be definitions that we use the entire year. And many of them are definitions that you're going to recognize. You've seen these words before as long ago as in elementary school. So when I say a point in geometry, a point is like a dot. Point is like a dot, just a dot. And you can see that picture there with the dot, and we always put a capital letter, example an A, next to our point. It might be a B, it might be a C, could be any letter, any capital letter, and that's the label of the point. A line, as you would imagine, is straight, and a line goes forever in two directions. A line is straight, and it goes forever in two directions. So to symbolize that a line goes forever in two directions, we always put arrows on either side of our line. When we want to label our line, we're going to label it with 2 points and a line symbol above it. So we might say line AB or line BA. Or you might notice this little baby L there. Another way that we can name a line is by that cursive L. Sometimes it's an L or an M, but line cursive L is another way to name a line. A segment is straight like a line, but a segment has 2 endpoints. So it doesn't go forever, it has 2 endpoints. So in this segment we have endpoint A and endpoint B, and that's how we label the segment. We would either say segment AB or segment BA. You would just choose those 2 endpoints. A ray is also a straight line, but this only has 1 endpoint. Only 1 endpoint, and a ray goes forever in one direction. Goes forever in one direction, squeezing it in there. So here in this ray, it starts at point B and goes forever towards A. So we would call that ray BA. And then the second ray here starts at A and goes forever towards B. So we would call that one ray AB. The order of the letters is really important in a ray. Our last word is a plane, and a plane is flat. It's like a piece of paper, and it goes forever in all directions. It's flat, and it goes forever in all directions. So we see this plane here, and we see the points on the plane. We either name a plane by 3 of the points, like plane ABC, or sometimes we'll have a capital letter like we do here, an M, without a dot next to it. It's not a point, but it's the name of the point. So we have point, line, segment, ray, and plane. One question we ask a lot is how many points are on a line, a segment, a ray, a plane? How many points are on a line? Sometimes people want to say 2, but it's more than 2. You're right, it's infinite points. And that's our symbol for infinite. A sideways 8, it goes forever. Infinite points on a line. How many points are on a segment? You're right, infinite points. Some people think 2 because we have labeled 2 points, but there are infinite points on a segment and a line. How many points are on a ray? You're catching on. Infinite points. Infinite points. How many points are on a plane? We labeled 3 of them, but there are also infinite points on a plane. So there are infinite points on a line, a segment, a ray, a plane. Now we talk a little bit more about pictures. So here, if I have a picture with 2 points, I can make 1 line to go between those 2 points. 2 points make a line, in other words. You've heard that. You may not have heard that 3 points make a plane. So if I have 3 points, like these 3 points, for example, or it could be these 3 points, any 3 points will define a plane. Now we have a word in here, non-collinear. That means points not on the same line. That's something that we're going to talk about tomorrow. But for right now, we'll just leave it here. I'm going to erase this so I can look at the picture, and it's asking me to say, is line RS the same as line SR? What do you think? Are those two lines the same? You're right. Yes, they are. What about if I said segment RS and segment SR? Are those the same? Segment RS, segment SR, yes. What if I said ray RS and ray SR? Are those the same? And they are not. They have different endpoints. When you change the order of the letters with a ray, you really get a totally different ray with a different endpoint. Now we're going to switch to this picture here and name 3 points in the picture. What are the 3 points you see? You're right, A, B, and C. Are those the only 3 points on the line? How many points are on the line? You're right, infinite number of points are on the line. If I name the segments, smallest to largest, I see a segment here, AB, with a segment bar over it. And it doesn't matter if I say AB or BA. I see another segment here, BC. And I see a third segment, kind of a bigger one, all the way from A to C. I could use those same letters to name the line 3 different ways. I could say line AB, line BC, line AC, all different ways. If I want to name a ray, I'm going to erase this again, a ray with endpoint B, I could either have a ray here, ray BC has a ray with endpoint B, or I could go this way, ray BA, those are called opposite rays, same endpoint going in different directions. Now we switch pictures again, we're almost done. Name 2 lines in this picture. Well, I see the lines here and I notice this little G. So I'm going to name my line using that G. This is line G, and I would actually write the word line G. And then here I would say is line H. Notice I'm not just saying G and H, but line G and line H. If I want to name 3 points on line G, that would be P and Q and R. And then it's asking what point is in both lines. What point do you think is in both lines? You are right, Q is in both lines. Last picture, 2 rays with endpoint C. Well, I could start at C and go towards D, or I could start at C and go this direction. Now, because there's 2 points there, I could say either CB or I could say CA. They're not different rays. Those are both the same ray, so it's just your choice. Now it's saying, is point A on ray CD? Well, ray CD, remember, went in this direction, and point A is way back here. That's not on ray CD. Is point A on ray DC? So now I'm going to do ray DC. Remember that rays go forever. So is ray DC going to go through point A? Yes, it is. And last is just a review of how many points are on a line, on a segment, on a ray, and on a plane. There are infinite number of points on a line, a segment, a ray, and a plane.